Okay, now we display our lessons and we display the users enrolled to the course of this lesson. But we don't want to display just the users who are enrolled to the course. We want to display who attended and who did not attend. So let's do it. Now we have lesson.course.enrollments, and instead they're going to have lesson.attendances. Each do attendance, and we will have attendance.user. Now will it work? No, because lessons are not yet connected with attendances. So we should say that a lesson has many attendances. Let's go to lesson.rb and state has many attendances. Okay, and below we will display the attendances, but we don't have any attendances generated yet. And when going to the lesson edit, we don't have the possibility to edit attendances, so we can do it now. We will use the gem cocoon to make it possible to edit the attendances to a particular lesson. Now let's do it. How did we do it previously? In the course, we said has many enrollments in verse of course, and in lesson we'll have has many attendances in verse of lesson. And we'll have accepts nested attributes for attendances, reject if all blank. Now we go to lessons controller. And just as we did in our courses controller, we added this enrollment attributes. We're going to add attendance attributes. So comma, attendance attributes. Attendances attributes actually will have ID, user ID, and status will also be editable. User ID and status. Okay, and I forgot a comma here. Yeah, looks fine. Okay, now we will add the attendance fields to our lessons form so that when we go to edit or to create lesson, we can also add or remove attendances. We will go to lessons form, and how we did it in our courses form. Here we had enrollments. So I will copy this, and instead we are going to have attendances. Let's replace the word enrollment with the word attendance. Here also we will have attendances, not enrollments. Let's refresh the page. It says we don't have a partial attendance fields. So in lessons, we'll need to add this attendance fields partial .html.erb. Let's see. Okay, we have add attendance, but we don't have a partial to add. So we don't have any content in the partial. So let's edit the content. I will copy that enrollments field partial and add this information in the attendance field. Let's see. I press add attendance and we can select a user. We want not only the user, but we want to select the status. F input status. So we can select a user and a status. It is planned. Now we'll want to make it so that we can select the status just as in lessons. So how do we do it in lessons form? I will just copy this whole line, and we will have input status collection attendance.statuses. And let's see, we add an attendance, we can select a user, and we have a lot of different statuses to select from. Planned, attended, not attended, and so on. Looks fine. Now, for simplicity, let's remove these grades for now from our attendance.rb. Here's our attendance.rb. I will remove these grades. We'll have just these three statuses, planned, attended, and not attended. So, okay, let's add an attendance. Add attendance, this user, add attendance, another user, one will be attended, one will be not attended, update lesson. I will go back to edit, and we saved everything. Now let's try to add one more attendance with a same user. Update lesson, And you see, I managed to create 2 attendances with the same user. So we will add some additional validation. Let's see how we added validation for enrollments. So we said user cannot be enrolled in the same course twice. And now we will make it so that user cannot visit the same lesson twice, cannot attend the same lesson twice. And validates user ID scope lesson ID, or possibly just scope ID. No, scope lesson ID. And again, validates uniqueness of lesson ID, scope user ID. So I press update. Update again. Okay, nothing changes. Let's try editing the status. Maybe something will change. Okay, we tried editing this record and we get that username has already been taken. So it doesn't save. I'll try to save without a user and it says user must exist. So I will remove this attendance, update, and it works correctly. We have improved our validations for attendances. And now we can create nested attendances inside our lesson. So let's have a look at all the lessons. And you see, all the lessons don't have any student emails visible, but just this one lesson that we just edited has the IDs of these 2 students. And we can display not only the emails, but the status of the attendance. Let's go to the calendar, and we'll have .attendance.user and attendance.status. So we see this one attended, this one did not attend. And we actually can add the status of the event itself, of the lesson itself. We will say equals lesson.status. Okay, so we see the lesson is planned, the student attended, this one did not attend. Let's go to the lesson, edit it. We'll make the lesson status confirmed, update lesson. Let's go back to the list of all the lessons in the calendar. And we see the lesson is confirmed, this student attended, this student did not attend. So looks fine. What we have done now, we have added the gem cocoon for dynamically adding and removing attendances inside a lesson. And that's it for now.